Dear viewers, hi, Rainstorm here. I have a few more figures I want to quickly showcase before I clear coat all of them. That's gonna take a hot minute, and ship them off to be auctioned. So I'm assuming you have already seen the live stream that I did last week. I'm doing this as a I've got a little bit of time to showcase 5 figures that were not, or 4.5 figures that were not in that video. And so let's start off with the one that was half completed at the end of the video that I showed you. So here is Aurora in her full colorful beauty. Before you could see the barely started Aurora, this is what the completed version looks like on camera. There you go. Her blue's a little more teal in person than it's showing in this video here. But yes, getting all the actual Aurora colors in there. I do not like the white and a little bit of gold they went with on her. Eon's face was an awkward thing to do on her chest there. That was awkward. I like the flower design on her back. That looks really nice. That just looks... it looks. Okay, but yes, there is Northern Aurora. I'm okay with how she turned out. She's probably not one of my favorites, but I sure as heck like her a whole lot more than her normal form. So, all good there. Then last time, I had an absolute brain fart because I had this figure done. I was supposed to show her live. She was in the middle of all of the figures, and for whatever reason, I just did not grab her. But here is Floral Ember. So, going with the fun purple and yellow aesthetic with bits of pink there for the flower petal look. It's kind of fun playing around with all the pinks and purples and yellow. Just going, kind of decided to wing this one. I knew I wanted to try out a purple and yellow aesthetic, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So yeah, there she is. Now, this one, so I've already done one tri-tip. Here is the second one. He was, in fact, a damaged figure. This time, he was just missing his weapon. And kind of funny with this, I had no idea what I was going to do with this one. I didn't know what I was going to do with the first one. I just, again, kind of came up with it as I went and ended up with the grayscale. With this one, in the final poll, so if you're with, follow me on Twitter, I've been doing polls to determine the order that I did all of these senseis in, or most of them. And on the final poll, I accidentally put in tri-top rather than tri-tip, and it kind of sparked this funny idea to give him a top hat, and I kind of ran with him. And so this is Ringmaster tri-tip. I again used the extra dark black here for his undercoat. I found that if you rub it, though, it kind of gets a little bit of a sheen to it, and a metallic black to really contrast that, to give it a little more depth to the custom, because his horns, his skin is all the same, original painting, the gold trimming is all original, but I added the blue and the red, and I give him a top hat and a little staff thingy there. So yeah, there is Ringmaster tri-tip, a simple yet fun design that I'm sure someone will love. Now, one of the big ones, in fact, the most time-consuming custom as of yet, for only being a painting custom, I knew it would be going in, is Gingerbread Chain Reaction. What took forever was all the frosting, all the white, because white is a color you have to layer on a couple times, and there was so much little design, and to do it and not make it totally sloppy, a little sloppy was okay, because again, this is frosting here, but yeah, it took a long time. This guy probably took upwards of 10 to 12 hours. I'm terrible at estimating time, unless I go in knowing I need to pay attention to time. It just takes a long time. Very, very long time. But he is so fun. I, again, didn't know what I was going to do with Chain Reaction until it came time to do Chain Reaction. And I played around with a couple ideas, and then Gingerbread occurred to me, especially with the shape of his chainsaws here. And I was like, ooh, that could be fun. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. Let's see what all candies we have. Starting at the bottom, I went with the little colorful marshmallows for his feet. The orange and the blues here are all hard candies, along with the pink up here. So I intentionally actually left them a little unpolished. You can see bits of white kind of shining in the edges from the undercoat. That is intentional, because with those cheap hard candies, you get, like, the edges of the candy are always kind of white or pale where the color coating is thin. So that is entirely intentional. With his belt here, I kind of thought of it as being like a Laffy Taffy along with the stripe here at the end of his handles. That is the same pink as here. It's just lighting difference with the color contrast. Candy canes for the handles. Little red cinnamon candies. I love those. Same with his eyes and up here. Those are all the cinnamon candies. His hands and arms are gummies, because gumdrop candies are such a iconic gingerbread candy. This is the gingerbread man that gets made when you let the kid have full access to all the candies. And of course, lots of rainbow sprinkles all over in his beard. Yeah, I'll leave that one up to interpretation. So yeah, there is candy chain reaction, gingerbread chain reaction in all his frosted glory. I am never doing another one of these figures again. I've done it. I'm good. Have fun. Okay, and then the true biggest one that people both love and hate me for making. This is the second time I've customized this figure now. We have Sunfire Robo, and I'm actually very happy with how he turned out. My original concept had a bit more yellow to it, but I really like the darker undercoat color I went with the red, with the brighter highlights to really get that sun in space look. I love the way his hood turned out. Absolutely my favorite part of it. Got all the runes, same way I did with my Midnight Robo. His feather here went with a bronze and gold tipped. This here is not white. This is a very pale yellow, and it really, really contrasts nicely with his hood and his body. So I'm really happy with the color that went there. A very tried and true, solid primary yellow here, along with kind of under his bellies. Lots of gold trim everywhere, a few different golds. White here in the center of these to give it that white hot look. And I am very happy. And of course, he is sparkly all over. Dragonfly glazed, where I didn't use metallic colors, and yeah, basically everything else is metallic. The only thing left unpainted is kind of his midsection back there, and the bow itself. And of course I got nicks occasionally under there, but you'll have to really look for them. So yes, Sunfire Robo. I've committed the crime twice now of painting a Robo. You're welcome. I know a lot of people really, it both irks them, but is at the same time cool to them that this is possible. I didn't originally plan to have this extra Robo. It just kind of happened. Yes, he was a perfectly fine Robo. But I kind of don't care for the mentality that you have to keep something mint. I'm not a fan of destroying something or damaging something that would be valuable to someone that somebody would really want. That would be painful. But I've not hurt him. I've just changed him to be different from what he originally was. And to some people, especially people who've got a pretty complete collection, this could be a fun bonus. This is something different, something we don't have yet but could have had. That's what this is. It's an extension of what there already is, not a removal of the value. So yes, he is a customized Robo. He is a one-of-a-kind, and hopefully he will find a home that really enjoys him as he is and wants something different from the original Robo. I do have, with a lot of these Sensei figures, just set them down here for a minute. So with all these Sensei figures, they have so much gorgeous detail in the mold that just gets lost because the figure has a limited color palette. All of this detail on his leg, on his belt, all of that is black. It is plain black. Here on the arms, where I've got some highlighted beautiful markings they created for him, it's just all the same green. You don't see it. And that is my goal with these. Look how cool his plating under there is. The little bolts on his side. That is why I paint him. I don't paint him to be in the face of everybody. Oh, look, I've got a Robo, I'm gonna paint it. I paint it because there are beautiful things about this figure that I want to bring out to people who would enjoy it. So there's my take on that whole situation. I hope you guys watching this enjoy him and don't just cringe at the fact that there is a now alternated colored Robo for the second time. The first one was broken. People were like, okay, it's broken. No, this one is just as he is. Anyway, there are the figures that I have completed. I now have the full roster of Senseis. This took forever because, again, these guys, like this one, took 6 hours. It doesn't look like it takes 6 hours, but it took 6 hours. So, big line. I'm not going to do Senseis for a very long time. These are all going to auction. So yes, you can in fact get any one of these figures. Put a couple more of them out there. All of these figures are going to be for auction. I hope to see you there. I don't know when. It'll happen. I'm going to get them clear-coated. I'm going to get them sent off as soon as possible. Till next time, thank you for watching.